What's up, guys? Glock Guy 226 here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Compensator from Texas Black Rifle Company. Now, this is their micro comp, and this is the V3. So this is the third version of their series. I have not got to get my hands on the V2 or the first one to come out, but as far as I know, guys, I have some pretty good things to say about this Compensator. So let's go ahead and safety check the gun as always, and as you guys can see, it is clear. I have an empty mag in there, so nothing to worry about. But while I'm up here, I do want to show you guys a few things about this comp that I really like. Now, this Compensator can be ran on pretty much anything that has a 1/2x28 threaded barrel, but it pretty much is made for the Glocks. I mean, if you could see there, it just flows with the lines of your Glock slides so well. And honestly, guys, it does stick out of the gun. It pretty much makes your slide about a Glock 34 slide, which this exact setup right here actually works in Glock 34 holsters, or I've seen a lot of guys run them in an open-ended holster as well. But it does add a little bit of length to your gun. But if you're like me and you're used to running a light, you can see the Surefire X300 does stick out just a little bit more than the Compensator does. But overall, as far as looks go, I think the Compensator is made very well, and I think it's very clean setup. Now, there are some smaller Compensators out on the market right now, but guys, for 89 bucks, I think this is a great product, and it does do its job very well. So Carl over at Legion Precision hit me up, said, you know, we just got to talking a little bit. Great guy. He works with Tactical Toolbox quite a bit. He's actually located down where Jonathan's at, so they do a lot of stuff together. He messaged me and asked how would I like to review one of these Compensators, and he'd send one in for review. And I said, absolutely. You know, I've been wanting to get my hands on a Compensator, kind of see what all the hype's about. Are they worth it? Should you go out and buy one? Should I go get one? And I put about 500 rounds through this particular setup with the Compensator, and I've got a pretty good idea of what I at least personally feel about it. The Texas Black Rifle Company Compensator, guys, as far as installation, very easy to put on. They actually have an instruction video that walks you through it step by step. You know, you obviously have your threaded barrel. You're going to thread it on there to the point where it stops. From there, you're going to back it up just a hair until it is level on top here with your slide and all your lines match up there. And then it has these two set screws, one which is right there and another one which is right here, that you're going to tighten down a little at each time. You're not going to crank this side down as far as you can, and then this side, I guess you could do that, but they recommend to tighten each side up, snug it, and just, you know, kind of go back and forth with it. And me personally, I put some Loctite on it, but I put removable Loctite. And in 500 rounds, guys, I didn't have any issue. So as far as performance goes, I have had pretty good luck with this. And I have ran 115 grains, 124s, 147s, plus Ps, plus P+. And guys, it does do its job. So I have a couple buddies, and as soon as they seen pictures of this up on my Instagram, they started giving me hell for it, saying, why would you put a Compensator on a Glock 19? It's a 9mm. There's not much recoil. That thing, it looks ugly. And I do understand where they're coming from. It is a 9mm. It doesn't really need a Compensator, guys. But from running a comp and not running a Compensator, you could definitely tell that Compensator is keeping the gun so much more level while shooting. And I'm going to be rolling in some shooting footage. And like I said, I ran some plus P+, which usually have a pretty big punch just in a non-compensated gun. And this thing handled it very well. I was very surprised with it. It handled the heavier loads like the 147s and 124s very well also. And you can definitely tell the difference in recoil. So that's the whole purpose of this Compensator, just like on rifles, is to help, you know, get rid of that recoil just a little bit. And it does help a lot with follow-up shots. So if you're going out to the range and you're planning on putting some rounds down range, or if you shoot 3-gun competitions, anything like that, a Compensator is really going to benefit you guys. It's going to help keep that gun so much more level. You can get those shots out so much faster and more accurate. And I really do like the setup. I mean, it's a Compensator. There's only so much you could really talk about. It either does its job or it doesn't, you know, in my eyes at least. And the TBRC compensator does have a lot of pluses to it. As far as overall looks, they do very, very clean CNC work. And from what I know about some of the other compensators on the market, guys, they have done a pretty good job with keeping the costs down as well. And if you're going to put this on a Glock, which I'm sure most of you will if you do plan on getting one, it flows very, very nicely. Now, there are a few other compensators on the market that are smaller, like I'd mentioned, and I definitely would like to check those out. I think those would be a great option if you're looking more for an everyday carry package, something like that. But guys, I have carried this setup quite a bit, actually, in a Guncraft holster, open-ended. So my light and, well, I was running the Surefire XC1 on that holster, but the compensator did stick out. And I also have another holster I was running outside the waistband and inside the waistband where I did have to cut out a spot for the compensator to poke through a little bit. But guys, I didn't see a big issue with it. Now, I would prefer to have that covered up, and you can get a Glock 34 holster that will cover this whole rig just fine. But if you are looking for an everyday carry type compensator, there are some better options on the market as far as size. Now, I'm going to be leaving coupon codes below if any of you guys are interested in this compensator, and they're actually pretty good coupon codes. So a big shout out to Carl over at Legion Precision for sending this in, for making coupon codes. I just really do appreciate it. Now, alright guys, so that about covers it. If you guys have any further questions, please message me. Leave it down in the comments below. Make sure to go check out my Instagram and Facebook as well. YouTube has been growing very, very well, very consistently, and I'm really, really happy with that. I appreciate all the support. So please like, share, subscribe, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a good night.